Okay, so I drew this sketch earlier. Hi, Mark. Oh yeah, nobody did the thing. We'll do the thing.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Is Mark in bed? Is comfy dog because Mark's in bed? Since nobody's here but us chickens, do you want to see my terrible, like, sketch layers? They're fucking hideous this time. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. This looks... I redrew the face a few times. But yeah, there's my sketches. Aren't they good? Aren't they amazing? I think you guys saw it if you were on Twitter. Oops. I need that background. It's not a fun time. Do you guys want to start on the figure or the background? Everybody's having a shitty day. And my Twitch thing is like filled with people already streaming. I was like, oh, it's stiff competition. I don't think anybody's gonna come, like, too many people are gonna come by. I didn't think you guys were gonna come by, so thank you. Thank you for showing up to my dumb college course that doesn't exist. And nobody's paying me for. Maybe at the end I will make, like, little certificates. That you graduated my class. Let's start with her capelet. Has anybody had any problems with the new Discord? Because I only halfway know what I'm doing. Can you guys read that okay, or should I make it bigger? I can't tell because in OBS the thing is so small. Anyways, we're gonna start off with a 10. We're gonna make it black. So 10 pixels is how big your brush is. Which, you know, is kind of a standard brush that I use. Yeah, so when you're doing this, make sure all of your things are set to the same line thickness if you're doing line work, and we'll go over how to make your line work smaller or bigger, like change it during thickness. You can also use the brush tool, but we're gonna do these tools right now because they're fun. And the first one we're gonna do is continuous curve. So to start a continuous curve, you aim your reticule where you want it, and then just start. And then every time your curve makes a like the top of an arch, you want to put a dot there, and you can, well, a point. You can do that by just clicking your mouse or tapping your pen on your drawing tablet. I almost said Wacom, but not everybody has Wacom. And you're gonna see, like, this corner should be a point and not a curve. These circle ones are all curve points. But if I want to change it, see, when I hover over it, it turns into like a little triangle at the bottom. If I hit it, it's now a square, and that makes a sharp point. The continuous curve tool is one of my favorites. I use it a lot. Oh no, the Huskies are being dramatic again. To do that, I'd kind of put an extra point down there because when you, and then I right click and I push up on the canvas, and it forces it to recenter. But when you right click, oops, when you right click it it deletes the previous point. And because it thinks I double clicked there, I may have accidentally done so. Because it thinks I double clicked there, it ended the line. I didn't mean to do that. Such is life. And this is where I do want to end the line, so double click. And one of the cool things is these 2 points, I can go to correct line, connect vector line, and just draw over it. It should connect it. So now it has these 2 extra points. We're just gonna delete one. You can highlight a point or right click on it and then delete control point. And you can also adjust all of your points manually, bit by bit, in case they aren't exactly where you want them to be. You can be very, very fussy with vector lines. You don't have to redraw shit. So let's do another curved line, curve tool line. So, your continuous curve is selected. Put your reticule down where you want to start. And make a point every time you need to curve the line. I like to think of it as like the hump in the line, or the arch of the line, is where I put the point. And some of these you can get away with like fewer points. Like this one, I can go pretty far. And then again, I'm gonna double tap, or don't double tap it, because if you double tap it, you'll end the line. But if you wait a second and then click on it again, it'll turn into the sharp point. Again. Just doing the same thing. Click, 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 click. One of the nice things about vector is if you're following a sketch or whatever, like let's say you made a sketch, yeah, with a pencil or pen in real life, and you took a picture or scanned that picture in, you don't need like a tablet to draw on. You can do this all with the mouse, and it's not that tedious. It's fine. In fact, I sometimes switch to the mouse when my hands are feeling bad. So definitely, like, don't be limited by, oh, I don't have a Wacom, or I don't have a Huron, or I don't have an iPad. You don't need one. You can do this with the mouse. I think that is all of her capelet. So we're gonna make a new layer. Make sure you click the vector layer. I'm gonna put it below the capelet. And then we're gonna call this one the stair masonry. This is fan art for a video game. If you were wondering, the video game is called Triangle Strategy. And this is Anna, although I really need to work on her face, but pretend it's good. This is Anna. She's best girl. She's rad. Yeah. Alright, next we're gonna work on polyline, which is like, it makes polygons. So, oh yeah, and if you like start a line and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, you can just right click. And if you have a Wacom, I don't know about other brands, right click is bound to the button closest to the tip. There's like a little rocker button on your pen, and there is a words and stuff.
You are a raider. Legendary.
Hello. Hello, Raiders. Hey, Shadix. How was your stream? How was your stream? Did you have fun? I'm sorry I missed so much of your stream. I suddenly fell ill. I am struggling through this today, but we're gonna do it. Anyways, I've been treating this like a line tool. Don't do that. So, I'm gonna make this little brick here. And you can see that I can just continuously make, make lines. And I can even make a shape. Oops, that didn't work out for me. I can make a shape. I know how. Let me try again. Ugh. That's so annoying. Alright. We're not gonna make a shape with this one. If you click like close to your other line, it'll add another point there in case you need it, I guess. I don't, so I'm gonna delete that one. Alright, let's try again to make a shape. Let's see if the sleepy idiot can do his thing correctly. Alright. Boop. There you go. And it'll snap. When you get close enough to the other point, it'll snap to it. Oh, I didn't do the thing.
Welcome to the party, adventurers.
There you go. In case you're new here, my name is Gage.
My friend.
Oh yes, thank you, Rain. I think you spelled that wrong.
My friend.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. That sounds like a you problem. Yeah, thank you for the raid. I hope you guys enjoy art lessons because that's what we're doing. In fact, let's change this straight line. Oh, one thing I did want to show you is when you're using the polyline tool, if you do want this to be a curve. Really? Alright, well, maybe not. You can adjust it later, so I do that. And I grab the operation tool and I highlight that, right click, switch corner. Highlight, right click, switch corner. And that'll round them off. Let's do the line tool. Just put one line down, pull it all the way across, pressing down or holding your button on your mouse, and let go when you're at your destination. My mom's a corpse. Anyway. Actually, no. She's a bottle of dust. And you can use the line tool like the poly tool, and then go to correct line and connect vector line. This doesn't always work the way that you would think it would work, because sometimes the computer thinks that the thing that you want is not the thing that you want, and it's trying desperately to guess what human thing you want it to do. But most of the time, it's not gonna know. Also, here's the curve tool. So when you have the curve tool, drag it out like it's a line, and then you can pull it. And you have a curve. And you know what? I just remembered something. Something kind of important. So this, I wanted to make the background a different brush size. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to select all, and then select overlapping vectors. And then I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna change this to 8. And then I'm gonna grab my eraser tool and I'm gonna put it on this one. This is erase up to intersection. If you do that, it'll erase up to the next line. So if you're working in vector and you have like a lot of, if you have brickwork, say, let's grab this. Like over here, there's brickwork. Well, I know all of these lines are going to line up. So I'm going to put that there. But like, don't be afraid to like go over where you think your lines are going to be, because it's really easy to erase them. Oops, I didn't make this long enough. So I'm just going to grab here and pull. And then I'm going to grab the eraser, use that same thing, erase up to intersection. I'm going to erase the other ones. An easy brick pattern. Oh yeah, sorry to the new people who aren't used to me and Bill being assholes to each other. It's just how we do. I'm not mad, Bill's not mad, everything's fine. Super mad. Perfect mad? I didn't know there was a perfect mad. Alright, now I'm gonna go to erase touched areas. And that works like you would assume an eraser would work. I want it to do that. And then I'm gonna go back to eraser, pick the up till line, up till intersection. Now, hang on. Oh, this forgot a step. All right. I'm gonna connect lines. Yes, that is true. You'll notice that Bill is a VIP here, and I'm a mod on his channel. It's fine. We're gonna select, no, that sucks. We're gonna select all of these. We're gonna hit Control-C and Control-V, and then we're gonna go up to this, edit, and we're gonna go to transform. We're gonna go flip horizontal. Whoops, that was the wrong thing. Excuse you. Sounds weird if we keep insisting that. Control X. We're just gonna make a new thing. We're gonna copy it on there and then we're gonna flip it. Because I know there's a better way to do this, but I am tired. So that flips it, and then we're just gonna move it. Move it into place over here. We're also gonna get rid of this line. Eraser tool. There we go. You'll notice that when I did that, it considered the lines on the other layers. No, Rain, nothing is ever better. So yes, when you use the intersection tool, it does keep in mind the other layers. I used to think having a dead mom was like the only claim to fame I had in Nerdfighteria, but I guess not, because nobody fucking remembers. Fine with me. I'd rather be famous for other things than, you know, corpse mom. Oh yeah, and then we're gonna merge layer 3 down to the background layer. Did I make all of these 10? I did. I was like, why does this look so fake? Because I'm a dum-dum. So we're just going to do the same thing. I'm going to select them all. I'm going to go to select overlapping vectors. You can also select the other one, but if you, you know, if you're selecting very carefully and you need vectors that are touching, you can use select only these vectors or whatever. I just use overlapping by default, but you don't, you know, you can do whatever you want. Alright. Gonna grab the straight line tool. And if you hold shift, it'll go straight up and down for you. I'm sure you guys have heard me slam on the keyboard during streams. I'm usually slapping the shift key or control Z or whatever. You can also use tools to help you do this sort of thing. But we will get into that another day. We will do the ruler tool by itself one day. Oh, you just saw me nudge it. I just selected it, and then I just pressed the arrow key to nudge it over. Alright, now we're gonna go back to masonry. Are we? Yeah, sure. Go to... Alright, so this is Bezier curve, and I don't know how it works. Bezier curve is all math, and I'm too dumb for math. This is the rectangle tool. Let's do a few rectangles over here then. It's currently roundness of corner. Can you see that? So I can reduce this. If I reduce it to 0, it has straight corners. So let's do this one. And voila. If I want it to be rounder, you'll notice that this drawing is actually in perspective though, so that doesn't work as well because these need to move. But it, as an example, it definitely did the thing. Let's do the circle tool, because Anna has a thing on her cape. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these in real life. They're just a circle with a pin through it to hold your cape in place. But let us grab the ellipses tool, make sure we're on 10. We want around that size. Looks good. If I go back here, you can see aspect type is percent specified ratio or specify length. Specified ratio is will always give you these. Will, if you do this, it'll always give you a circle. I think that's what this one does. Yes, so it'll always give you a perfect circle. But I want this circle to be bigger. Excuse you. Oh, it's the wrong layer type. Alright, I made a mistake. You'll see that this is a raster layer instead of a vector layer, so I can't fuck around with it. So we're gonna get rid of it. Okay. Let's see if this works. No, it didn't. Alright. Delete layer. Make sure you have a vector layer. Putting it on the percent one so I can see what I'm fucking doing. Alright, there we go. The other thing is, if you have it on aspect ratio, this is gonna feel weird, but you're gonna have to tap it afterwards, and that's because when I do an ellipses, I can move it in different directions, and then when I tap it again or click my mouse again, it will lock into that direction. But the computer doesn't understand the difference between an ellipses and a circle the way that we do. So it's still trying to spin the circle around in the direction that you want it. So just click again or tap your pen and it'll quote register that angle for you. And then you can go back to regular working, so. There. That is the circle tool. We've got another one down there, so we'll do that again. This one's an ellipse, so new vector layer. Sorry about my voice. Give me just a moment. Chug tea, feel better. All right. Now we're going to take aspect ratio off because this is an ellipse. I'm just going to get that size as best as I can. Get that angle as best as I can. It's pretty close. I'm happy with that. There's that. God, my voice. I'm super sorry, you guys. Go to straight line. Actually, I'm gonna go to polyline. I'm gonna pick these two corners. Switch the corner, switch corner. And then I'm gonna go with the eraser tool. It says erase up to intersection. There we are. And I've noticed when you're using the circle tool, it does some funky shit when you erase bits of it. So you may have to reform your circle or your oval a little bit to make it look better. It's not my favorite thing about this program, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to deal with that. I'm gonna grab the ellipse tool again. I'm gonna click aspect ratio. And since I need to repeat this, I'm gonna hit Control C, Control V. Oops. Undo that. So now I have multiple of them. If I just hit Control V, I can grab it again. Control V. Control V. The reason I'm clicking off of it is because it prioritizes you picking the nodes on the circle, and I don't want to deform the circle, I just want to pick it up. So I just click or tap somewhere else to deselect it, and then I grab it, drag it. So click and drag, or grab it with the pen tool, hold down and move it, just like you would do in any other program. Alright. Let's do the coat. That's the wrong layer type again. There.
layer, layer,
Sure was. I'm gonna grab continuous curve. I'm gonna use the same trick where I just continuously make this one line and then we'll erase the parts we don't need. Which is actually how I did it in the sketch too. We can go to the curve tool for these. So just pull it across like you do with the line tool and then push up or down and it'll bend it. Again, down or up. This is only good for simple curves. If you have like a tight U-turn curve, it's not gonna do a nice one, it's gonna do like a pointed one. But if you want to like sketch it this way, that's okay. You can just add some control points. You can have more control over it. We don't need that line, so fuck off. Again, click, click, double click. Click, click, double click. So start is just one click, point is one click, and ending is double click. Now we're gonna go back in with our eraser. Clean this up a bit. Well, that's messy. See if we can fix that. So I'm just gonna select these and pull their nodes in. Sometimes you just want to like edge your line off so that you can erase it and it'll become neater. Or at least more fixable. Oops. You can see what I mean by like sometimes connecting stuff doesn't work the way you intended. It's a computer, it's doing its best to guess what you, a human, wants. And it's not always right. let's grab the regular eraser. Here we go. Hi Zell, we're doing teaching today, so I'm teaching people how to use vector layers in Clip Studio Paint. So all of this is, well, the sketch isn't vector, but all of the line work is vector. And I was showing people the eraser tool and how to combine the different tools like the curve tool and the straight line tool and the polygonal tool and the circle tools. So we're gonna go. Did we miss any? We got polygon, but I don't have really a reason to make a polygon on this, but you can do it, and you can, it works the same way as like the circle does. So those are ones that I added. Ignore those. Those aren't real. Those don't real. How's your day been, Zell? We're gonna move back to the background. I'm gonna grab just my pen tool. Because if I make, if I just draw, it's also a vector. But this is the sketch that I had to get done today, and why I had to leave your stream, because I was paying too much attention to your streams and not enough to my work. I had to get this sketch done for tonight. So sorry again. How dare you be that entertaining that I just ignored my work? When we're on the pen tool, I'm gonna actually up my pen thickness from 10 point to 15 point, just because what I draw kind of like. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun. I was just chilling out, and then I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get done if I just stay here all day. Oh, by the way, new people, we have a Discord now. You can join our Discord, I guess. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but it exists, and you can come and hang out and show off your art, or get art advice, or talk to people. But the first thing you need to do is post in the Adventurers League, or the Adventurers Guild, so that I can change your role to an appropriate role, so you can post everywhere. But you can see, like, it just behaves like the pen. The pen behaves like the pen. What a shocker. I mean, it kind of is. If you tried to do vector in the early days, like, the last time I tried to do vector was in the 90s. And, you could not just draw. You had to do everything with Bezier curves and things, and it was very difficult. And my little IBM did not believe in the work. So yeah, I'm glad you can just draw now. It's exciting to me in particular. Oh, and I also did make a Discord thing, so I said it and then I didn't tell you how to get to it. There you go. Man, I should have taken that advice. I mean, I say that, but I watch other people draw all the time. I really like it. And I pick up tips. I'm gonna grab the line tool because I'm gonna grab the line tool in the correct width is what I'm gonna do. Okay. Well, I mean, Sal's been doing this for 20 odd years. I hope I can do some of it pretty good. I forgot to make these the 8, so I'm doing it now. See, another 8. Bill does art, but only on his silly cars. Wow, I super missed. Boop. Yes, the booping helps. We'll just go right through Anna's face, it's fine. So one of the cool things about putting everything on its own layer is I can go back to the cape fasteners and be like, I really want these to be a certain color because they're gonna be silver in the final piece. So I'm gonna go select all, select vectors within area, and then I'm gonna pick a color. So I just click on this main color here, and I'm gonna pick a dark blue so that when I paint it silver, it'll blend in, it'll look more professional. This isn't a necessary thing. Like you don't have to color your lines, but it can look really nice. It doesn't always, but it can look really nice. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna grab the little screen picker and pick the color, and now they match. So Anna's hair is white. So since we're gonna let's take a whack at her hair. I'm gonna pick like a gray color. I'm gonna move it towards true blue, which is at the very base here. And you can see it's 140 and 140, those two are even, and the blue is 155. This means that red and green are even. So this is a relatively true blue. We're gonna grab our tool, continuous curve tool. Remember, you don't have to worry about going over your other lines. You can always clean them up later. Much easier than you could on a roster layer. And if I click again, it'll become a point. Just continuously click along your curve and double click at the end. Mistake, hang on. There we go. Gently click. Change the type of line or corner it is. Okay, so I will be here if you come back. Start the line, click along the curve. Make an extra spot so you can scroll the screen. There we go. Change the corner. Click along the curve. Double click to end. Click along the curve. Double click to end. And you're probably thinking, all of these lines are the same thickness. This is gonna look so bad. Or maybe you don't know why that's why it looks bad right now. But we're gonna fix it. And of course, you could do this with the pen. Maybe we will do a little bit with the pen. Okay, so we've got a few strands down. Let's grab our tools. We're gonna go up here and we're gonna go to adjust line width. We're gonna pick up narrow for now. And we're just gonna narrow it at the point. Excuse me, at the points. You can see this brings out some of the weirdness in some of my lines. I will fix it. And then we can go to thicken, and on the curves, we want those to be thicker. Narrow it right through here. We're gonna narrow both these because this piece of hair is very small. Oops. And I'm gonna grab my little tool here, a little operator, and we're gonna do this. Just gonna fix up these lines a bit. Sometimes the best way to clean up a curve is just to delete control points. And now we're gonna grab our tool again, I'm gonna narrow this. I'm gonna thicken up this part because that's where the curve is. There are like tutorials and things to learn how to know where you want your lines thick and thin. Maybe one day I'll go into that, but I kind of just run on instinct, so I don't know if I can explain it very well. We're gonna pull this one down. We're gonna get our tool out. We're gonna narrow it until it's like a point. And then we're gonna put it back. Same over here. I'm gonna narrow it till it's almost a point. This line too, I can just select it and then make it narrower. In fact, I'm gonna do that over here. So that's how you can correct lines after they're drawn. Now let's do some freehand. So I have my stabilization up pretty high. But the stabilization works the same way the pen tool works the same way it always does, where if you put down pressure, it makes a thicker line. So it's just like drawing on a raster layer, except all of these will be vector lines. I don't like that line. Which means that you have all of the options that you do with any other vector line. You can connect them, you can delete points. You can edit them. You can simplify them, which is what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to go to simplify vector line and turn down the simplification just a little bit. And now there's less points for me to deal with. So that's how that works. And the other thing I wanted to show you is I'm sure you see that the hair is on a different layer than the background. But still it doesn't matter for the eraser tool. We hit erase up to intersection, it'll still go up to the intersection of her hair, even though it's on a different layer. And that way I don't have to worry about, like, if I hit her hair, it's not going to erase because it's on a separate layer. So that's one of my favorite dumb tricks. I'm going to go back to the hair layer. I'm going to adjust the line width, and we're going to narrow these ones up here. If you're ever not sure what your picture is looking like, zoom the fuck out. It tells you how readable it is. Like if you can zoom out pretty far and still be like, oh yeah, I see the figure. Or whatever you're working on. This also works if you're working with like values or colors. If you can zoom out pretty far and still be like, oh, I can kind of see what that is, you're doing fine. So we're gonna go back to the hair and keep on drawing. Does anybody have any questions at this time? Here we are. And you'll notice that because I just don't press that hard with my pen, I don't get exactly the line variation that I want. So I can still go back and be like, thicken please. Make this part thicker. And again, because this is fully editable, we're gonna go in and change the color of her hair, her hairlines, after I'm done, because I didn't really want to draw, I didn't really want to suffer with the lighter color, but we will use it. I mean, you saw how, like, unsimplified that line was originally. So, you can see the simplification tool working pretty well. If you do it too many times, you will turn it into a line, but you just need to make it easier to edit. Simplify vector line is the way to go. Boop. Boop. Boop it. Okay. So that's her hair. We're gonna select all. Select overlapping vectors, and then we're going to turn that to that blue that I wanted. there's that. And then if we go to the capelet, we can clearly see that this line is decided to fuck with us. There we are. Hmm. Ah, it's part of the background. There we are. So I think I showed you everything that I wanted to do. I showed you all the tools, I showed you how to use the eraser, I showed you how to use just a regular ass pen tool. Oh, by the way, all of your decoration ones work. So if you've got, you know, grass pattern or whatever, you can vector line that. You can edit it like any other vector line. Want to see some flowers? It's all just vector. Oh, and the other thing you can do is you can hold shift and you can select more than one vector point. So if you want to move like a whole part of a line, you definitely can. And if you, so. Wooden fence. There you go. Also completely editable. This is really handy when you're doing, you know, lots of things, but I use it a lot for like lacer details on people's clothing. Say I wanted that curve or whatever. I can simplify it just like it's a regular. And if I go in here, I can edit all the points. I can delete a point. I can add a point. Adjust line widths. You can do this with any vector thing. And the cool part about vector is it can be any size. So if you draw something and you need to make it little teeny tiny, use vector. If you need to make it really giant and huge, use vector. Like if you need to do a big banner for your con table, definitely do vector and then send that to the printer. The only thing that Clip Studio Paint doesn't do in vector is colors. You cannot do a vector fill in Clip Studio Paint yet. They say it's coming. I haven't seen it yet, but someday vector fill, which I am excited for. I think that's the lesson for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something. I have a lot of work to do on this picture, but that work isn't going to happen tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you tomorrow.